So they're going to come and take your gas cooktop. That's what I heard. Hey, stay here for the video. Let's talk about gas cooktops, induction cooktops, and maybe the thing that we all should be talking about, ventilation. Thanks for joining us for the video. We're going to talk about gas cooktops, but let me just give you a little background on who we are. I'm Brandon Bryant. We're Red Tree Builders here in Asheville. We have won 2 Department of Energy Innovation Awards for our indoor air quality, healthy build of our homes. So this is one of the things that are near and dear to our hearts. And I've spent the last 16 years as a builder focused on indoor air quality and trying to do the best thing we can do for our clients. I also have a wife who suffers terribly from asthma, and a lot of times of the homes that we built or would go into existing homes, and it would shut down her lungs, her allergies, her asthma. So this has been something we've been focused on a lot. This house that we're in right now is a duplex that was from the 1940s that had tons of mold, asbestos in it, you name it, it had it, lead paint. But I think this is a prime example of really the conversation about cooktops should be had. But let's just talk about the gas cooktops for a second. 40% of US homes are made up with gas cooktops. The other 60% with electric. Now, induction cooktop would be also part of that electric 60%. We suggest most of our clients to go with induction. We have some fantastic videos about induction cooktop comparing it to gas. But we still have clients that pick gas. But how can we build a healthy indoor air quality home that wins awards for what it is with a gas cooktop, you ask? And here's really the situation when it comes to any kind of cooking in any kind of home. So the homes that we're building now are tighter than they ever been. And definitely the ones that are green certified, but even current code is catching up with that. And the real secret is this thing right here, is ventilation. Any cooktop, either it be electric, induction, gas, is going to emit VOCs into the air. Now, gas has been focused on for a couple of reasons. A, you constantly have a flame going, and then you also have certain other things that gas might put off as opposed to this. But everything always emits something into the indoor air quality. The real conversation we should be having is about ventilation, and proper ventilation in the use of ventilation. So we've all seen cooktops. I grew up in a house that had a vent above. My parents never turned it on. I didn't know why it was there. When you'd open up the cabinet above, there was nothing really there. It was a recirculate. Maybe you've got a microwave above and it's just recirculating the air. Now, I'm just a builder, but I have no idea what the purpose of that is and why we would even do that. So in this 1940s home that we are remodeling, we put this vent hood in and it literally vents to the outside. So there's the secret. So you just be able to turn this thing on and know that it's not just going to be turning around and around, or maybe you can turn it off, that it wouldn't be just turning air, recirculating, putting it right back into your face, that it's actually going to the outside. That's the same thing we do for any of our gas fireplaces. We vent every one of them to the outside. So there could be the key. But also it's not just for gas. It'd even be for this electric stove or an induction cooktop is ventilating. And so here's some best practices when it comes to ventilating. Even when you turn on the oven, let's just say you've turned on the oven, you're about to cook, is make sure you put this thing on. And you keep it on entire process of cooking. Then also allow it to run for at least 2 minutes, maybe 5 minutes after you finish cooking. So it really starts still getting everything else off of here. So 3 things that we tell our clients to do, and we find that they do a really good job of it. Ovens, it's still emitting things. Turn on the vent hood. Second thing, when you're cooking, it's not just for boiling water, taking out moisture. Now it does a great thing with moisture, but it is the VOCs, and it is to keep it going on after you're cooking for another 2 to 5 minutes. Now here's where the future is going. We've done this in one other house, Panasonic, and now we're trying it out with Brown, is putting sensors into our vent hoods. Not everybody, just like myself, I grew up with not having we had a dishwasher we never used, and then we had a vent hood that we never used. Now, the dishwasher would have been helpful, but the vent hood never really wasn't circulating anywhere, and then my parents eventually just took it out because it was going nowhere. Is to make sure that you know to do this and educate people. There isn't a code situation here as well, that it is not code to ventilate. Now, maybe we should be talking about, should we be ventilating instead of banning gas appliances? Or maybe we can have both conversations, but I think all the conversations should at least be focused on proper use of cooktops and ventilating to the outside. So if you're building a house or you have an existing home, see if your vent hood is actually taken to the outside. You can have microwaves that are actually vented to the outside as well. If they're not, potentially look about getting that vented outside. If you're building a new home, without a doubt, make sure you ventilate it to the outside. That's a no-brainer. No matter if code enforces it or not, just because code says we can or can't do something doesn't mean that necessarily that it's a bad idea. And I think this is the conversation we should be having. Now, when it comes to gas appliances, I like them. They work, but I'm a huge fan, and I love some induction cooktops. I want you to check out our video on induction cooktops, the use of being able to, the speed at which you'll be able to cook with, the precision that you're able to cook with, and then, to me, the easiest of cleaning that as well. Thank you for joining us. Brandon Bryant here with Red Tree Builders, talking to you about gas cooktops. As we see more information come out about a potential ban and more a ban just in general of gas altogether, I'll look for some more videos from us as updates to that. Thank you.